Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Lynnette Caldwell here, joining us again as a mindset coach, wealth coach, business coach. Also, she's a hair coach, I'd say, at theMANEthang, and she also makes some delicious pudding. Welcome back today. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you doing? How you
I'm
been?
doing well, thank you. Happy summer, right? It's officially the start of summer now.
I beg to differ.
Well, it depends where you are, right? Do you live where specifically?
New York City. These
Ah,
last couple of days has been a little chilly.
yep. But it's
Yeah.
on officially. Well, welcome back today. Would you mind introducing yourself to our listeners? Thank you.
My name is Lynnette Caldwell, and I am the owner of theMANEthang and Nana's Pudding, and I'm a mindset, wealth, and biz practitioner.
Beautiful. And you're based out of Brooklyn, right?
Yes, I'm from Harlem, by way of Brooklyn.
Beautiful. And what would you like to share today? There's so many businesses that you are. I'll have you explain. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I wanted to go over the hair products today, and I wanted to really clarify why I started this business again. So basically, I was wearing a lot of wigs and weaves and braiding my hair really tight and tugging and pulling at it, and never really giving my hair a breather. I've been doing this for years, like over 10 years, and having my hair in for like 3 to 4 months at a time. And once I was in an accident about 3.5 years ago, I started, I wasn't working anymore. So I started to assess my hair, and I realized that my hair was balding, breaking out, falling out, patches, all kinds of things was going on. So I went to do research on some products when I realized that chemicals are in these products and they're not helping your hair. So I started doing my own research. And I came up with this is my baby here. This is the one that gave me hope. This is the Miracle Hair Growth Elixir. And I must say, within a week or so, I started to see a difference.
Really?
In the beginning, I wasn't using it regularly because I was in between surgeries and I couldn't, do it. But now I start to use it regularly. My next baby is Baby. This is for like newborn babies and children or adults who have sensitive scalp. And then I have the Biotin Boost, which is right here, full of biotin.
Wow.
And then I came up with the shampoo. I'm so excited about this shampoo. I really love it. It's made with black soap, peppermint soap, and also rice water, ginger, tea, a lot of the good stuff for your hair. And all of these products are all natural. They are organic. They have no chemicals, no sulfites, no preservatives, none of these things because these things are needed for retail stores and they help build shelf life. But for me, you can just come directly to me at my website at theMANEthang.com. And we make like the shampoo is made per order. So you can actually order it and then it's made for you. Another thing I like to do is when people place an order for a significant amount, I send them my double-sided silk satin cap.
Oh, that's a pretty one. It's like matches my dress. Got two different colors, like pinks and beige, right? Yeah.
Very pretty also. Yeah, so I like to, because we should always have a bonnet on while we're sleeping, because anything other than satin will actually pull your hair out. So if you don't have a bonnet, you can get a satin pillowcase, and that will suffice, so that way you don't have to tie your hair down. I also like to send it out in my nice little bag. theMANEthang bag, I have it here just on display, but these are some of the things I have. Oh, I forgot my comb. My comb is on the other side, but I use a wide tooth comb. Sometimes I send those out to customers as well, because if you're gonna use something in your hair, it should be wide tooth. Other than your fingers, you should really just use your fingers to finger through and massage. I have massages as well, because your scalp should be massaged. That stimulates growth and it's good for your hair. And Also, I am so happy to announce that Amazon featured us, the main thing, on Juneteenth.
Congratulations. Tell me specifically, you said was for African American entrepreneurs. What was it under?
Right, the Black Accelerated
Yep.
Program.
Thank
Right.
you.
So I got a call last week on Friday, which is so funny. And the Amazon rep said, we would like to feature you or to have you submitted to be featured on Juneteenth. And it says, this is due by 12 o'clock. And it was actually 12 o'clock when he called me. So it was about 12:15. We submitted the product picture and they selected us. We were one of I think it was only 3 people selected, so I was one of 3. And they post us in their stories and on their page. It's Amazon Lifestyle. It was posted on Juneteenth was Sunday. Yeah, I think it was Sunday. It was featured. So we're so excited about that.
Absolutely. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And then another thing that's happened I don't know if I told you about the magazine article. Someone had reached out to me via my website to have me featured in a magazine article. Well, she got back to me and she said it's going to be featured. The article is done and it's going to be featured in about a week or 2.
Congratulations. What is it? What magazine?
It's a on Instagram. What is the story? It's Stories at Geo. I think it's GEIGO. And they do magazine articles. I mean, they did an exceptional one on an Amazon seller. Now they help brands get into Amazon. They do CBD oils. Their articles are incredible because it's an inspirational story type article. It's not really promotional, but they do a lot of insightful pieces on different brands and what they bring to the table. So I was really floored again when they reached out to us, and I enjoyed it.
That is awesome. Congratulations. Can't wait to see it. I'm sure you'll be posting it.
I sure will. I
Great.
sure will. Yeah, I definitely will. So I'm very excited about that. So how's everything going with you?
Everything is great. I'm so happy. Summer's here. We had my son's pre-K graduation this morning.
Oh,
The other
wow.
one's in first grade, leaving first. So it's like the end of the school year for us. So we plan a little trip to Hershey Park for the weekend. So we're excited. But it's just that end of summer grind, which is awesome. More to do around the house, but less running around with sports. So I'm very happy.
Take a break, rest your mind, your body. You need that from time to time. You really do need that.
Absolutely, I do. What about you? What's going on?
Well, just last weekend, I said we were going to what was it? Rye Playland. It was the coldest day.
Really?
Yeah, it was so cold. But just before that, I had Ava, my 7-year, soon to be 8-year-old granddaughter. She says, tomorrow is going to be such a beautiful day. I like that she's intentional about it. She's envisioning, she's doing what I tell her to do. So she says, tomorrow is going to be a great day. And she had a great day that day. I mean, as cold as it was, I was looking for hot chocolate. I was looking for a blanket. But she totally enjoyed herself with her little cousin. She had a good time.
I've never been to Rye Playland, actually. I have not.
Yeah, me either. I thought I had, but I had not either. I said, I do not recognize this place at all. But it was good. We stayed there for a few hours. She got on a lot of rides. They had a little princess show. Pirate danced around. She loves dancing and doing things. So we had a good time. And then it was time to go home. And then Father's Day and also Juneteenth, we had a barbecue. It was really fun, but I said, let me make sure. And they kept saying, it's okay, you're home. You don't have to worry about being cold. You could just go in the house.
Yep.
But I enjoyed that day as well. This was a full weekend, a full-fledged weekend. And we had a good time. I didn't do any Nana's pudding this weekend though, because I was so out of it.
No.
No, not this weekend.
How often do you have to make it? How does that work? My goodness.
It works per order, but like I said, since I've had the accident, I haven't really been promoting it, although people still come. So I have to have people help me, make mostly it's been a lot of cakes. It's been a lot
Okay.
of, different types of cakes and like number cakes, sports cakes, soccer teams. That's why I was thinking of your boys when you were saying they play
Thank
some.
you. Yeah, we did that. Uh-huh.
So we had, but then when Nana's pudding, the jars of pudding orders come in. Oh my
Oh,
gosh, they come in droves.
wow, I could imagine. Oh my gosh.
People want, why don't you get an Uber Eats? Get connected with Uber Eats and I was supposed to look into that to try to figure out how people can get their orders, but I have people in all different states. It doesn't even matter. So Uber Eats does not deliver. It only is in the general area. So we'll figure that one out. But otherwise I ship.
Good. Good to hear. My goodness. And what tell people that don't know about your pudding, tell us about it, please.
Yes, Nana's pudding and other deliciousness. Now, I started that almost 7 years ago when Ava was not even born yet, just so that I made it for my daughter's baby shower. And the people love the pudding so much that it started to become a business.
You're
And
like, hey, this is, yeah.
I need my pudding. You didn't give me that pudding the other day or at the shower. But what happened was they started to prepay me for other products that I had never made before. I'm not
Wow.
not one to be in the kitchen. I was never one to be a real cook like that. So for me to bake, that was like a big deal. So I learned I'm self-taught. So I learned how to make these desserts. And, and because I had their money, I had to deliver. So because they felt like, oh, okay, this pudding is good. Everything else must be good. And I'm happy to say that I delivered. So I've gone on to make all kinds of desserts besides banana puddings, banana pudding cheesecake, banana pudding cakes, cupcakes, sweet potato pie, so many different
Wow.
desserts. I try to narrow it down to the 5 core desserts, but they keep coming with different orders and different desserts. And Thanksgiving, I can really say that I am kind of the bakery of choice now.
Ah,
Isn't that so sweet? It's like, yeah, it's like they think of me as a storefront bakery for their Thanksgiving desserts.
that is
Birthday,
amazing.
isn't it? I mean, it's a tribute. It's a nice tribute to like, look at that. I did that. And I'm just happy to spread the love because that's exactly what it is. It's made with love and I'm spreading the love.
Beautiful. And your hair products are also made with love, right?
Made with love, absolutely. It took me some time to research and kind of get it together. You know what's so interesting about my businesses? They are never anything that I thought I would ever do. Like I said, I was never a cook, so who would have thought that I would be a great baker? I didn't have long, thick hair growing up. My hair was always thin. So who would think that I would come up with a hair product? I told you I do taxes and I was never good with math. So it's like these businesses are coming to me or I'm getting me ideas to create these businesses, which are opposite than what I would think that I am. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I love it. I love it. And what makes, we talked about hair just a little bit in the beginning, but tell us specifically what your hair products do. I know you mentioned what they are, but give us some examples of what's in them. I know it's made with love, but what is it doing to our follicles in our head? What is it
Right.
helping with specifically with our hair?
Well, these products are Ayurvedic products. I told you that these are a Hindu. You just missed it. My camera moved again. I actually saw it this
I
time.
love it.
So
It
they,
happened when we signed on too. I love it. I'm used to it by now.
yeah. So Ayu means life, and Vedic means knowledge of. So a lot of Hindu people use these ingredients, a lot of the ingredients that I use in our hair products to heal the sick. So basically what we're doing is healing the scalp. The scalp is, the cleaner your scalp is, the healthier your hair is. I'm can help some people who have some form of alopecia aretha. Some people feel like, oh, I'm older, nothing's going to help my hair. That couldn't be furthest from the truth, because I've seen some people hair grow back who are older. Some
Wow.
people's, yeah, the oil, it really gets in there and start soothing it. It's not really greasy, but it is an application that helps relieve
That,
itch.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, thinning hair, balding, dryness, the dryness and the brittle, it
Oh,
helps to moisturize it. So they are really, really good products. Is with several carrier oils, which contains a lot of vitamins, and some of them are jojoba oil, grapeseed oil, um, cedarwood oil, essential oils, and then they are soaked in herbs, Ayurvedic herbs that they sit for a while. They sit in there for at least 2 to 3 months. And then you get all the nutrients out of it when I bottle it. So it
wow.
is really, really good for your hair. And I'm very I'm satisfied. I tried to print out pictures last night so I can show you how my hair
Oh,
was, because I had no hair
yeah,
here.
you said
Yeah.
that.
So I had no hair there. So I've never shown these pictures before. I'm just waiting for the
Yeah.
right opportunity to present them. But that is why I am so like, wow, if this can help me, imagine how many other people it can help. I feel like every time there's a problem or a challenge in a situation, there are at least 10,000 people you represent with that challenge. So they can benefit from that as well.
Got it. Wow. That's awesome. So, and just curious, did you always have this problem with your hair your whole life, or did it happen later in life? You know,
Well, like I said, it was always thin, but that was okay. But after a while, like when I started to wear wigs and weaves, it's because I couldn't hold the hairstyle. If it got a human outside, my hair would just draw up. It would be, very thick. It wasn't what I started with at the beginning of the day. So I said, okay, let me just try wigs. And those things, I'm not downing wigs and weave. You can wear it in moderation, but I was wearing it as if it was my hair. I was wearing it all the time. And I never nourished my hair long enough. I would take it out and wash it and condition it and do the things that I'm doing now. However, I would get the weaves and wigs and stay in there for 3 to 4 months, then wash it in and then do it all over again. So I was
wow.
never really taking care of it. So the problem came because of the tight braids and the frictions from the wigs and the weaves just being there too long. It was just too long. It was getting dry and brittle and not really taking care of it like I should have. So I learned my lesson, and I will
Yeah.
never do that again.
Yeah. Well, I do the same thing with the hair extensions, and I've had hair extensions for years, different types, and it just ruined my hair. So, in order to get it back, I have to take everything out, and then I have to wait a few years. I just can't do it. I can't. I'm still addicted. Still addicted.
Well, I would say if I was still in the rat race and working and having to go out every day, I felt like that was the only thing I could do to be productive and to be on time and to do the things that I needed to do. But because, I say fortunately, unfortunately, I did have this accident. And the silver lining of this accident was that I came up with products. I dismissed the wigs and weaves. And then I sat back and I just washed my hair every week, and I, just left it out, either twisted or braided, and that's it, because I'm not going anywhere, so it really doesn't matter.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. What an
I'm, I
amazing
was, I will
story.
still wear weave. Now, don't get me wrong, I will still wear weave, but I will not keep it in as long, and I will, keep it in for a bit, because like you said, you're addicted.
What is it? What is the typical time for a weave to stay in and to be moved up? How do you, what is it
Okay,
supposed to be? And what do people really do?
okay, I would say 3 to 4 weeks. That is it. No longer than 4 weeks. I said I was doing it for 3 to 4 months.
Got it.
And my daughter used to ask me all the time, Mom, you still have, and I can take care of hair now. She was like, you still have that hair in? And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, what's the matter? It still look good. That's how I thought, So I said, it still looks good. What's the problem? So she was like, Ma, that's too long. And she was so right. That was too long. But
Now, what happens to your head if it's in the weave too long? Tell me specifically, what does it do to the
it
hair, the
starts to get
scalp?
matted. Yeah, your hair starts to get matted. It
Okay.
starts to get tangled. Like I said, it's hard to oil your scalp because you have the weave on top of your hair, and sometimes you have a net on top of braids. So you can't put the oils in between your scalp as you would normally do, as I can do now.
Got
So
it.
it's not, I mean, and this oil really cleanses your hair. It kind of cleanses your hair. It stimulates it. It, it helps it to grow and to do the things that it needs to do. So I'm not doing anything to it. I'm not putting oil in it. I'm just letting it sit. It's getting dry. It's getting brittle. It's causing dandruff. It's not working. So that's the bad part about having to weave in for so long.
Wow. Amazing, because we all do things that damage our hair that think it's good. We think it looks good at the time, but we all have something. And that we're not perfect. We all need help with something. God bless those that strong, thick, gorgeous, luscious, beautiful hair that don't need any help restoring and renewing. But what about for those the hair is fine? I mean, isn't it still good to do something to keep it healthy?
Wait, say that again. I didn't hear you.
For the people that have great hair, should they still be using these products?
Yeah, see, different texture hairs requires different things. For instance, we have thin hair, so we really shouldn't be using retail products because they have a lot of sulfate, parabens, and chemicals and things like that, preservatives in the store. However, I had a friend who had a beautiful head of hair. I think that's where I went wrong. I was following her in a lot of aspects. She used to go get perms and things like that. I mean, for her type of hair, after a while, her type of hair would have gotten thin after perming it so long. But for me, I should never have done it because my hair was already thin to begin with. You see me going in and out?
I love it. It's so cool, man. It is so cool.
So I don't think that so people with thick, curly, natural hair, they do have some problems that they deal with. Sometimes their curl pattern changes or they have multiple curl patterns. And sometimes, they can see that certain areas breaking out a little more than others. So if you're really into your hair, like a natural hairless hairstylist or hair person who wear their hair natural, they notice these things. I talk about that when I was first starting out and I was giving out samples. And a lot of the people I was giving a sample to were naturals, people who don't perm their hair, they don't really wear tight braids. They scrutinize all the ingredients. I mean, they know. And these were the people at my therapist's office. They used to buy the products all the time after I gave them samples. And I'm sorry. Oh, gosh.
That's okay.
That is my daughter.
Love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, let me tell her I'm on the podcast. But anyway, they would really pay attention to the ingredients. So they would make sure before I left the office that they would figure out how they can get the product because they felt that it was a good product and they liked it. I'm like, it was like, oh, you have this in it? Oh, I like it. And I was surprised to hear them say certain things. I'm like, yeah, she's really reading the product.
Like, yeah.
She's really, really, really reading it and going through, what they actually say that's in there. So I felt that was good. I felt it was promising to deal with them.
Yeah. Well, you know what? And now is like the summer. We all want to feel better, or look better. And the truth is, we're going to be out there damaging our hair. We're going to be in the sun. We're going to be swimming in pools, right? Yeah. Chlorine, salt water. I mean, all of the above. What, so is our hair drier in the summer, would you say? It needs more moisturizer?
Oh, gosh. I detest hair dryers. Well, hair dryer is fine. I'm talking about the blow dryer. The one with the comb that you have to comb through. Any kind of heat is really not good for your hair. So the more natural you can be, the better it is. But if you're going to get your hair washed and then you need to dry it, I would prefer the hair dryer as opposed to the blow dryer. So I would recommend the hair dryer better, as an alternative. Air drying is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can air dry, and then you can put the if you have to put heat, the hot curl. What is that? I forgot.
Curl iron?
No, not the curling iron, the flat iron. Flat iron. Yeah, the flat iron. If you have to, but don't do it as often. I would not do it as often. And you're right, the chlorine. I knew a person years ago. The chlorine used to eat her hair away. I don't know. Certain people do certain things, and I didn't realize how bad it was for her hair. It didn't happen to all of us. It just happened to her.
Wow.
I guess she said she had a perm, but most of us did. So I don't know. I don't know why it happened, but the sun is, for your skin as well. And it's kind of damaging. Also, I would do a lot of wash and goes, like do nothing else with it, if that's what you can do. You have to figure out what, like you said, you go to get your hair done, you got to get your weave. So I guess they got to blend your hair in with the weave to make sure that it looks good. So you kind of have to blow it out, or perhaps sit under the dryer a little bit.
Wow. Yeah, I'm getting a pool soon. I just signed on
Really?
for my kids. Yeah, so it'll be exciting to have a pool. And then I was talking to the guy, I'm like, what's best for my hair? He's like, not the chlorine, not even the salt. He's like, you should get an ozone. I'm like, what is ozone?
That would be nice though, if you could get something ozone and not chlorine and not.
Yes, I never heard of it. I'm like, he's like, it's the same price as salt. It's like, when I'm telling you salt, people think it's not like chlorine, but it's still going to bleach. He's like, and damage your tiles, your liner. He's like, trust me. I'm like, I didn't know that, because salt still contains chlorine. I'm like, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's good. That was good advice.
Tip of the day.
Yeah, that was good advice. Good advice. So when I come over, I can get in there and dip in the pool.
Great. Wow. Awesome. And we're almost out of time. Would you mind giving us the best form in all forms of contact?
Absolutely. Out of time. Wow. Time flies. Yeah. You can reach me at theMANEthang.com, or on Instagram at theMANEthangs with an S on the end, or at Lynnette Caldwell, or you can call me 917-774-8116.
Perfect. Well, thank you for being here, for joining us. And also on social media, where do we find you?
Well, on Facebook is Lynnette Caldwell, or it's The Main Thing, or it's Nana's Pudding and Other Deliciousness.
Perfect. Thank you so much. You have a great day, and looking forward to tasting that soon. Can't wait.
Very soon.
All right. Have a great day, sweetheart. Thank you so much.
Okay,
and to all of our listeners, thank you. We appreciate you. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps, or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.